food for thought. It's sad how many close struggle games we had at the bad teams that other bad teams had no problems with over the last decade when we out-talented that team by unmeasurable amounts. I ask this all the time in my mind. I went through this with the Kelly era. It felt like every week that we would line up against a team that we all knew we had way more talent than, and there was no reason at all to struggle. And then we play like crap. They play great. A bunch of dumb stuff happens. You're sweating it out. And then we end up winning by 6 at the end of the game. And we're mad about it, but at least we won. And then we move on to the next week. Over and over and over in the Kelly era, I always complained about that. The big game worries that you have with Kelly are the big game worries you always had with Kelly, and those were always going to be there. It's struggling against those teams you think you should be able to open it up on and empty out your bench on and beat their brains in it and be comfortable and all that. Why didn't that happen more with Notre Dame? I don't know. I don't think Kelly was that type of guy to put the gas down and really go for it. Like, I think that was a part of it, that Kelly wasn't putting the accelerator to the floor at all moments. The other part of it, it's a mentality by the head coach and the players. A mentality of just winning isn't enough. We're going to embarrass and kill somebody. That's a different mindset. That kill mode, more than just like, we want to win this game, but like that desire to embarrass somebody, the ability to embarrass somebody, pile it on, end it early, all that. I don't think a lot of Notre Dame coaches or teams had that mentality. And then here's the other part of this. Is how much credence do you all give to the notion that every game that Notre Dame plays against one of these lower level teams or teams that are not thought of at the top echelon or brand name teams, how many of them, this is their Super Bowl? This is their Super Bowl. And you're going to get their best shot. Everything they have, every bit of energy, all the motivation, you're going to get everything. And then on Notre Dame's end, you're like, if I look at the schedule, this is like the 11th game out of 12 that anybody's excited about. Everybody's out to get Notre Dame. Like, how do you expect our guys to manufacture that energy that just naturally isn't there? It's easy to say you only have 12 games. You got to be there to play everyone ready. You got to be ready to go every week and all. That is easy to say, but human emotions are real. You can't manufacture a vibe that isn't there. All right? Like, Ohio State coming to our place is a vibe. It has its own vibe for its own reasons. Central Michigan coming to our place does not have that. You can't make up the vibes. They're just not all going to be the same. A vibe is a vibe, and it's real, and it's a feel. You can't manufacture a game to be bigger than it is. But you got to know your guys are ready for that moment anyways. Tamp down the little guys trying to rise up on you and then roll over them with the talent or whatever. So you got to find a way to navigate that. But I do think it's an important step if Notre Dame ever wants to get real serious about playoff winning and like winning a string of games in the playoff and all that. I think that mentality is important. It would help if you laid it on a bunch of the teams you play. Build a confidence, humiliate a team, embarrass a team, pound teams. That's how you build a killer mindset, is by laying the wood on a bunch of people and then walking around like, yeah, don't come in here thinking you're going to catch us. It ain't happening. I want to see more of all that. But there just hasn't seemed to be either the ability or the mentality or the willpower to want to do this with a bunch of these teams in the past. Very good question, though.